So we've all had failures or setbacks in life. And recently, I had what you could call a setback in life. And although giving up is not an option for me, it made me want to think about the psychology of why do people give up on things that they want? Why do people start things and then have a setback or a failure or an inconvenience and give up? Like, what's the psychology of why people truly give up? And it's got me thinking about reasons that people can give up. Reasons like they put in all this time and effort and they still didn't get it, so they give up because of that. Or they're scared of what people are going to say. They're scared of other people's opinions on them if they keep trying. They're scared that they're going to keep doing all this work and that they're never going to make it. Reasons like that. And then I realized, though, that if you truly want something, then you won't give up. And if you give up, it's because you didn't truly want it. It's like if somebody's holding something over your face that's blocking you from breathing, you're not gonna give up. You're gonna keep trying to fight to get that air. And you're gonna keep doing it because you truly want to breathe. You truly want that air. So nothing is gonna make you give up unless you die. That's a dark example, but that was the easiest example I could think of. And this is the same thing with anything you're trying to achieve in life. If you truly want something, no matter what the setback, no matter what the failure, no matter how hard you have to struggle and try and fight, if you truly want something, you're not gonna give up until you die. So then I started thinking about the reasons I named earlier, like you're scared that you're gonna put in all this work and never even get there. Well, the thing about that reason is that if you are constantly trying hard at something every single day of your life, you will literally eventually get there. The only thing that can stop it from happening is if you die before you get it. But if you're trying something and working at something every single day of your life, it's impossible for you not to attain it if you truly want it. So that reason isn't a good reason, because if you keep on trying, you're gonna get it. The other reason I named, which I believe is the biggest reason, is that people are worried about what other people might think. Oh, what are they? I've tried to, get this acting role. This is my third audition. Man, my family thinks I'm wasting my time. My coworkers or other people I know, they probably think that I'm never gonna get this. They're probably laughing at me. Whatever you may think that other people are thinking about you. And that's not a good reason either, because imagine you can go in time. Take yourself to you being 80 years old. You gave up on your dream because you were insecure about what other people thought. How is your 80-year-old self going to feel about that decision to give up? Are they gonna think it was worth it? Or are they gonna think it wasn't worth it? Was it worth it to stop following your dreams because of somebody else? Because at that point, you're not even living for yourself, you're living for those other people. Maybe you stop following your dreams to please your parents or please your family or fit in with this crowd or fit in more with your friends. Imagine you're 80 years old. Was it worth it to live your parents' dream? Or would you rather have lived your dream? Did it truly matter what those people thought about you? Did it matter what those people thought about you in the grand scheme of things? Or did you wish, man, I wish I just kept going and I didn't care what they thought? These are all the things that go through people's heads when they're making a decision to want to give up on something. the fear of other people, the fear of themselves, the fear that they're not good enough, that they're gonna put in all that work, like I said, and still not make it. We've already debunked that. We've already debunked the fact that if you truly work at something every single day, it's impossible for you not to get it. And we've debunked that the other people, what they think in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You have to decide if you want to live their life and live to them and die to them, or if you want to live your life and do what you really want to do and die knowing that you are at least true to yourself. Or you might give up because of the other reason. It's too hard. It's just getting too hard. It's taking up so much of my time. And my rebuttal to that reason is, if it was easy, then you wouldn't want it. Because subconsciously, we want these great things because they're very hard. And because they're very hard is what gives it value. Let me give you an example. I was talking to this girl, right? Texting, whatever, and then we finally link up. And I'm thinking, all right, yeah, she's gonna do the usual thing that girls do. She's gonna play the game, this, that, and the third, whenever, the usual shit. But I linked up, and it was just way too easy. I could tell that it was just way too easy. And because of that, I didn't even want to be with that person anymore. I didn't even want to be in that situation anymore. It just didn't feel right. Because when something is too easy, you don't value it. I didn't value the person like I did when I thought it was going to be hard. Things being difficult, things being hard is what brings it value, because then not that many people can have it. If everybody could click their fingers and immediately be in amazing shape, and being in amazing shape wouldn't mean anything. The fact that it's hard to get that six pack, that it's hard to build those muscles, is what gives it value. So if it's too hard, then if you're gonna stop because it's too hard, then that's not only gonna stop you from doing this, it's gonna stop you from doing a lot of things, anything valuable in life. Just like I said, anything valuable in life is going to be hard. And then the other reason, it's taking up a lot of your time. And then my rebuttal to that is, so what else are you gonna do with the free time? It's like, let's say you're trying to be a pro football player, and you've been grinding 6 hours a day, you train 6 hours a day, and now you give up, it's taking too much time. Now what are you gonna do with that time? Are you gonna do unproductive things? Are you gonna fill that time with hedonistic acts, self-destructive acts? Because what people don't understand is that when you have a purpose and you're devoting most of your time to that purpose, that's what keeps you away from those things. That's what keeps you away from getting in trouble. That's what keeps you away from self-destruction. That's what gets you up in the morning. The reason that most people in this society are depressed, anxious, unhappy, because they don't have a purpose in life. They don't have nothing that wakes them up and gives them drive, that I want to achieve this. So if you're stopping it because you don't have enough time, that also means that you just don't really want it. Because if you really wanted it, you wouldn't care how much time it took to get it. If somebody said that you have to dedicate 20 hours a day for 2 weeks to doing X, but after those 2 weeks you get $1 billion, you're gonna dedicate that time because you really want that $1 billion. It's the same thing with your goals. Same thing with your purpose. The same thing with anything. If you really want it, what people say is not gonna matter. If you really want it, you're gonna keep on working at it regardless of how much time it takes up. if you really want it, at the end of the day, you're gonna get it. Because doing something every single day and putting your all into it, it's impossible for you not to achieve it. So when we look at the psychology of giving up, like we just discussed, it doesn't make sense. To give up on something that you truly want, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense for the fact that if you really wanted it, you wouldn't even give up. And it doesn't make sense for the fact that you're giving up now for the reasons that people give up, that we've already discussed. So long story short, don't give up. Because if you really want it, you will get it.